Yeah, I apologize for the breathing in the last one. Yeah, I don't really think anyone's watching. But to future me, when you're rewatching this back, just remember where we started. Oof. Why does it look so Gumby now? ETC, etc. is the name that everyone's gonna call it, which is even better. From the jump, I want layers of meaning. Yeah. So, just finished scene 1. Bang. Introduce. 3 off-worlders come. They wob wob to each other. Earthers detect this and decide, oh, good or bad, you ain't from here. Racism. I don't know why, but every time I try to swap this sort of storytelling style around, it just always felt wrong. Like this was the way I wanted it to be introduced. The characters, the order, the way it was. Right. Next scene. 5 minutes earlier. Is that how I said it? Yeah, meanwhile I said 3 of them entered in through the southern hemisphere. On his phone, make it look like he's actually talking to someone. Is that how I had it? Yes, it is. But I had it on the other side this time. They're nowhere near America, so I know I did have little moments between these. They're nowhere near America, so possibly. I'll keep an eye on them for now. Track to be in charge if we need to catch them. So boom, make it assume that he was the one to blitz them. Yeah, hard. So what I was wanting to do here was... Wait, do I have that scene? Wish you were here, but I'm glad you aren't here to see this. And then that's when the fight scene starts. But no, here I wanted Bro talking to himself, completely to himself. Talking to a sort of voicemail, a voice memo thing, but acting as if someone else is answering on the other side. But you wouldn't know that. I don't even think to this point the audience wouldn't or nor shouldn't know that. Say if this guy is this guy, managed to almost keep it pretty samey. This guy is this guy. Fuck. I was gonna make the Zeus. I think I might make it Rick. See, I even tried to do some Greek lettering here. I blame you, cunt. You trapped me here. This is the character talking directly to the author, me, myself. Again, make it look like I'm talking to someone when really I'm talking to myself. Even what I'm doing right now, as I'm making this fucker video. Like I'm like fourth walling. Fourth walling to no audience. Talking to yourself, essentially. Ugh. Maybe one day this will all be worth it. Maybe one day we'll wake up and this will all just be a dream. Any hoops? Boom. Left a whole bunch of empty space here for dialogue. Same thing here. A little bit here, but this is more meant to be shown what's happening. Have like surprise, like wait, what are they doing? Vroom. So this guy is still meant to be this guy. I hate that I can't scrub through it. But I never thought I'd ever find this area. But yeah, this guy and I think I might settle on who this is. So, ETC, exceptions to copyright. Do I make this character Ash Ketchum from Pokemon? Cause this guy, oh, sorry, wrong one. This, oh yeah, I can't pause it. The character model I stole for this, but you were meant to pause. This is this guy from Second Son. I really love this game. I thought it was a great introduction to the PS4. I love his powers as well.
You guys need any help? It's one of those freaks! Whoa! No! This fast healing stuff will start coming real handy.
Goofy ass song. Second Son powers. So I like his video game. No, I like his neon running more than anything. Boom. Absorbs the smoke from the chimneys. Can zip. Yes. Float. Can phase. It's not the powers themselves that I want, it's how they move. It's how they move. This game was actually said a Flash game couldn't be done. That's what one of my friends said. I don't think a Flash game could ever be done. It's literally happening right here. Dope, love the glitchiness. I love that he switches between like angels and demons. He's got the slowest descent, which is dope. And wow, this power I didn't really get a chance to try. You get it at the very end of the game, which is like, what the fuck's the point? Literally, I'm the last boss. I didn't even know that you could do this. I didn't even know that this spinning thing was a thing. I finished the good route, and I played on hard difficulty with the evil route. Straight away I was going for the platinum, which I got. Mid. Alright, what's his ultimate before I... guess not. Again, I didn't know that he had any of these powers. I could give him at the very end. Now who are you supposed to verse at this point? Who is there meant to... who are you meant to run into? Who are you meant to blitz? Have any ultimate? But yeah, no. Because you get them at that specific power at the very end. There's like no real way to try it. No real way to have fun. But yeah, so Dawson Rowe. I love his aesthetic. I love his costume. But I think it makes more sense to be Ash Ketchum. So dumb. Can you sorta see it? Tiny bit. So it's either make myself insert character, Ash or Dawson. Dawson makes more sense as a video game character, but Ash, lore wise, does more for me. did want to have a little bit of cheating with this character, like, because it is a self-insert, they have a fair idea of how the story is going. Just because it's a self-insert is me, I'm writing the story. I can't not know where the story's going. But as someone who's trying to make their dream game, how am I supposed to have fun if I know where all the secrets are? Why'd you go all the way back up? Ships confirm. Beeps and boops. I don't know, maybe I just have a fan going. Scene 2, shot 1. Fuck knows, see, I can make this as big as or as small as I want. Guess I gotta accept the pain. Need a cigarette to make me feel better. Every good thing comes my way, so I still get older. Guess I gotta accept the pain. Need a cigarette to make me feel better. Scene 2, shot 2. We, we, yeah, see. Speaking in, what's that? Second person? Guess we will wanna in till we figure out they're friendly or hostile. We'll monitor them till we figure out if they're friendly or hostile. Dialogue is not something I'm great at. Laura Nipsom. What would be something like a revelation? Can he understand them? I'll come back to that. Group scene 2, shot 2. Sake. Someone's locking on to them. For now, we'll stay cautious. I don't know. This is why I wanted to get some homies in to help me. Again, dialogue ain't my thing. Scene 2, shot 3. So I should probably mark, can't just assume. Alright, scene 2, shot 4, panel 1. Scene 2, shot 4, panel 2. Fuck's sake. No, no. Scene 2, shot 4, panel 1. Beam sound. Ha 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 ha. Fuck off. Scene 2, shot 4, panel 2. So I am living in the O now, I guess. What is? Now. Fuck it. That's a shit cropping job. Apparently this is why you also don't want to use already detailed in case there are movements. Do I want to do the snake noise? Spotted noise. Boing. Boo. Hmm? Wait, fuck, hold up. What does this say? Oh, fuck. Nah, but I heard they know what they're up to. Again, still talking to himself, but pretending like he's responding. Even this one here, he says, hold up, G. Oh, fuck. Nah, but I hope they know what they're up to. So, just trying to think. would I want to have all the reactions gone? See, so happens there, happens here, happens here, happens here, happens here, and happens there. So I've got 8 characters for the main cast. Him plus the one he's pretending he's talking to, his quote unquote bestie. Rivalry, Vampire vs Werewolf Forever, which is unknowingly going to be Famine versus the Hive Mind Horde zombie ghoul character. Death and Pestilence. That's why I'm possibly going to make it Rick. More specifically, this version of him.
Yeah, yeah, get it! Get some! Right up your bitch ass, you Guess who just discovered a new element? You think you could do that, Morty? You think anyone but me could do that ever in a billion years? Do you think if God existed, he could do it? The answer is no. If God exists, it's f***ing me!
Yes, Rick. I agree, Rick.
While you were flapping your parasitic turd holster, I discovered the toxic equivalent of electricity, Morty. What do you think about that?
I think my voice is annoying.
It is, and it's your best quality.
This version of Rick with Anime Grim. This version of Grim. So we've got Pestilence and Death just having a good old yarn with each other over here. That's the only way I could think of, like, what's the word? Conceptual, not conceptual. Psychological? No. They're the only two I could think could have a genuinely philosophical talk. A know-it-all that knows everything versus Death Incarnate. Knowing all and have seen all. Well, not seen all, but you know, what's the point? What's the point of knowing everything if you can't do everything? I can do everything except herba-derba-der. You know what? Let's see how Grok. Now look at these two goofy fucking twinks, both of them. Twinks. Meet dog between mad scientist and the Grim Reaper discussing the meaning. Sorry. Know it. No woo. No woo. Know it all, mad scientist and resistance. Keep it short-ish, but heavily philosophical. philosophical way. What do we got? Yuck. Hey, 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 hey. Sorry, let me make it easier for you. Sucks, sick, Rick. I was told that it'd be cringe to have Rick, and as much as I understand the sentiment, fuck, give me a better version of a mad scientist. Truly, a more globally known version of a mad scientist. Um, and okay, I guess that's pretty short. It's a cracked asphalt, voice like a broken. Billions of years, one wet rock, and it ends with cockroaches. Too radiated to fuck. Yikes. You proud of your harvest, Skullface? Ugh. Hood side humming like distant. I don't harvest. I arrive when the music stops. You're the one who turned the volume to genocide. Ugh. I feel like Elon is speaking. Genocide, please. I just removed the middleman. Every sapient, right? Species asks the same whiny questions. Why are we here? Sure. Then spends its entire timeline inventing gods, nations, NFTs. Oh my god. Anything to pretend the question has an answer. Sure. I gave the I gave them honesty. You're here because Carbon got bored. Sure. That's it. Curtains. Sure. And yet you rage against the curtains. Ugh. You poison planets so nothing ever has to feel what you feel. That's honesty. That's cowardice. Wearing nihilism as a cologne. As cologne. That's fat. Okay. Ugh. See, look. He's questioning. I don't need him.
Yeah, yeah, get it! Get some! Right up your bitch ass, you Guess who just discovered a new element? You think you could do that, Morty? You think anyone but me could do that ever in a billion years? Do you think if God existed, he could do it? The answer is no. If God exists, it's f***ing me!
Yes, Rick. I agree, Rick.
While you were flapping your parasitic turd holster, I discovered the toxic equivalent of electricity, Morty. What do you think about that?
I think my voice is annoying.
It is, and it's your best quality.
So true.
So, yeah, okay, I guess he does question a lot. But he doesn't answer the question. He asks them. Cowardice, I looked into the abyss and pissed in it. You, you're just an abyss. You're just the abyss's hall monitor. Tell me, when the last proton decays and even you're out of the job, what then? Eternal nothing? No audience? No punchline? You're gonna float there pretending your ledger still matters? Meaning was never in the ledge. It was in the refusal. It was in the refusal to look away while the ledger was still being written. You looked away first. That's why you need everything dead, so nothing can look back. Maybe, or maybe when everything is dead, the question finally shuts the hell up. It never shuts up, Rick. It just changes voices. It just changes voice. Right now it's using mine. The sight dims, the wind stops, two silhouettes. Hey, it's me. Against the red lifeless sky, waiting for the other to blink first. Sure. The got a few decent chores out of me, but at the same time, it's a bit. I guess philosophy isn't always as pretty as the simple words make it look at. So, I think, therefore I am. Cringe. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your thoughts. Ugh. The change of the secret of change is to focus all your energy not fighting the cold, but on building the new. Oh, fighting the old. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. The unexamined life is not worth living. Ugh. It is okay to live a life others do not understand. Sure. To suffer without complaint is the only lesson we have to learn in this life. To suffer without complaint. Be kind, for everyone is fighting a harder battle. When you learn to survive without anyone, you can survive anything. Ugh. I need a way to clean this up. I don't want this premeditated shit either. And death, denying the existence of aliens. Always spitting acid. Everything's just Eon's Reaper. Char's bullshit bouncing around in the heat death joke. Consciousness? What's with these single word fucking questions? Make Rick Cuntia correct. Because how the fuck you meant to be the correct in the face of the Grim Reaper? Oh my god. And crack the heat death of every observable universe. You still show up with that dollar store cloak. See that's a bit better. It's not a great sentence, but at least he's not doing no fucking one. See right here, going back straight back to it. Meaning's been dead longer than your sight's been sharp. Chirp. Existence is just entropy is long con. Existence is just entropy's long con. Random particles jerking off into the void until the last proton forget it ever mattered. Ugh, that's the punchline. Aliens. Please, the universe couldn't. Sorry. Whoops. What did I do there? Fuck is this? How did I manage that? I not only shut everything, but I opened up. I guess I'm gonna have to come up with it myself. I'll push like F11 and F12 at the exact same time. Wait, what's the recording at? Still gotta finish off this. goddamn thing, pussy. Group. Oh, oops. Fucking fat fingering all damn day. Blues. Are you always gonna keep jumping back there? It'd be annoying if it is. Why would you have the PX in the fucking thing? All this for one singular frame. Ah, right, I shut it all down. I don't understand. What the fuck is F12 meant to be? Yep, more Guna material. Etc. But no. I need from the very jump an excuse to steal. This would still technically be scene 2, shot 6. Damn it, it's too long of a word. Activated. small little change that is seemed to done. Just in case if I ever need to go in to edit it. Right. We sold motherfucking eel. It's gonna be a little bit hard to explain this because this one's done on the side, but following the comic book. Stanley, what did you call it? Does he call them the comic gutters? Draw characters. Draw comics. There we go.
By solid black or any other single tone or color is called a silhouette.
Yeah, whoa. Jump straight into it.
Shapes are modified to suit the artist's design. Proper shading, the simple
Seem to be coming together. Same language when we your best.
next swirl it around the wall.
Don't forget an ink compass for drawing perfect circles. Plus, you might as well get a pencil compass too. Any or all of these tools of the trade are available at your favorite art supply store. Now, just to make sure we're using the same language when we refer to things, let's review the various names for many of the elements that make up a typical comic book page. The first page of a story with a large introductory illustration is called the splash page. Letters drawn in outline with space for color to be added are called open letters.
E-T-C.
Copy which relates to a title is called a blurb. The name of the story relates to a title that are called open letters. Copy which relates to a title is called a blurb. The name of the story is naturally called the title. An outline around the lettering done in this jagged shape is called a splash balloon. A single illustration on a page is called a panel. The space between panels is called the gutter.
So yeah, the gutter. I wanted to use the trees as like a sort of movie version of a gutter, where it's like every time the camera pans past a tree, it acts as like, the next panel. You even have some moments where they're like poking through to introduce like the next character. I had this character speaking purely in Japanese, which was the idea. So all English speaking characters are living this way, but the Japanese, because of how manga is like read, it's reading this way. So if I was gonna do it in comic book thing, if I ever had this cunt, he'd almost in a sense be able to pre-read the moves just because of the ways that the comic would be read. But it'd be hard because I'd essentially have to be writing his story backwards in a way that it could be read forwards manga style. So I was like, oh fuck, what did this character say? I did have the translations under them in pencil. So boom, Monster Hunter Werewolf trying to chase down vampire. Monster Werewolf says, "Where are you, peasant?" And in this little red box here, which I'm pretty sure is this, is who are you calling peasant? Boom, boom, boom. And they see their version of it. I don't know. Maybe have a quick little fight scene, a tussle between them before it gets to this point. Fresh loot. Ooh. And then this one says fresh meat. Can't remember if this said first in, first served. But fuck, this was done 52, 229 divided by 52, that's about almost 5-ish years now. Yeah, that sounds about right. 4-ish years. Beating horror with action. So boom, got the little ray. No, actually I will just open another Insta. Could I honestly possibly do that? Draw that? It's just been a while since I've drawn, you know? Did I go past it? Yes, I did. So the idea of the bike is like every time the acceleration, the bike is being revved, it shoots. And it shoots the bullets from Supernatural. It's a monster hunter. So whatever it hits, it can kill type thing.
I know what time it is.
Get in.
Son of a bitch. So they're really not afraid of the sun?
Direct sunlight hurts like a nasty sunburn. The only way to kill them is by beheading. And yeah, they sleep during the day. Doesn't mean they won't wake up.
So I guess walking right in's not our best option.
Actually, that's the plan.
Dad, got an extra machete if you need one.
I think I'm okay. Thanks.
Wow.
So, you boys really want to know about this cult?
Yes, sir.
It's just a story. A legend, really. Well, I thought it was. Never really believed it until I read Daniel's letter. Back in 1835, and Halley's Comet was overhead. The same night those men died at the Alamo. They say Samuel Colt made a gun. A special gun. He made it for a hunter. A man like us, only on horseback. The story goes, he made 13 bullets. This hunter used the gun a half dozen times before he disappeared, the gun along with him. Till somehow Daniel got his hands on it. They say this gun can kill anything.
Kill anything like supernatural anything?
Like the demon.
Yeah, the demon. Ever since I picked up its trail, I've been looking for a way to destroy that thing. Find the gun, We may have it.
Well, that was a shitty explanation for it, but essentially that gun that can kill anything except, of course, Lucifer, apparently. Sort of makes sense because you only. I don't know. Who's immune to the cold? Yeah. So essentially, the concept for this weapon turned into a whole ass machine gun, and then mounted to a bike with the trigger switched to the wired to the accelerator of the bike. So boom, this bike. Ah, fuck. It's meant to be this bike. I mean, how else would you kill a god turned vampire? An ocean god turned vampire. Sorry, what's hell? Get in there. Alright. 1, 2. I still want to do this. Redo this, sorry. So yeah, I'll leave it there for now. Do one more for today.